Brilliant. So can we start with your name and where you were born, please?
My name is Rudo. I was born in Zimbabwe, in Harare.
Okay. So what can you tell us about Zimbabwe?
Oh, it's a beautiful country, lovely. In Zimbabwe, we've got all the weathers, just like here. And there are some regions which are very cold, just like when it's the cold season, it's cold like here. And there are some regions when it is very hot, like almost arid, where the sun is too scorching. And there are some regions where it is in between. So like Harare, Mashonaland is an in between environment where it's neither too hot nor too cold.
Okay.
Yeah, and we rely mostly on indigenous family farming, and my parents were farmers. We had a farm. I grew up in a farm, and well, we were schooled in a multiracial environment, and
So was you taught to farm from a young age?
yeah, you can see my plants, and if you see my garden,
Yeah.
yeah, it's part of me.
Part of your heritage.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
So what made you move to the UK?
Um, I moved to the UK because um, like when I graduated as a young person, around 21, I got a job in a multinational international company, which was British owned. And my employers were always urging me to say, "Oh, it's always with your potentials and everything. It's always good to move abroad and explore than just be waiting." Because at that time, I think I'd exhausted my career, and I wanted to move on with my career because I was a group buyer for all Southern Africa manufacturing companies.
What type of manufacturing?
Agricultural.
Okay.
Yes, I was into agricultural farming equipment and manufacturing and assembling. Like I was on the quality certification under the ISO, International Standard Organization.
And that brought you over here?
Yes, but when I came over here, it was difficult to get into the field before you have your papers sorted out. And when you are settling down, it takes a lot of time. Plus, I didn't have like a close family or close people to navigate.
So did you come to England on your own?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I came with assistance from my employer's friend. There was someone whom they said, this person is coming, because they trusted me. Say, this person is coming, can you help? Who was here in England. So
Okay.
mm.
Okay. What do you speak different languages than you from Zimbabwe?
I speak my native language, but like as I said, environment where I lived in were all mostly multiracial, and we balanced in between. At home, I speak my native language, but at school and other interactions, it was more of English.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's always been a second language to you before you came here?
yeah. But for me, it's like yeah, my native language is like my second language because I never learnt it academically.
Okay.
Yes.
So you always spoken more English?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Has it affected your life in any way, coming to England, good or bad?
There are some goods and some bads. Quite, you just have to to balance it, because when you are coming alone, yes, there are some other people from dynamics, different multinationals, but you always want to find your core where you fit in. You don't want to, you want to join in, not just to be taken in to fit in, because I found it, I've tried it, but it doesn't work for me, because I want to join in and to partake and to be part of a puzzle, and not to fit into a puzzle which already solved for, like.
So do you feel that there's less for you to fit in to around in the UK as opposed to back in Zambia?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, my apologies.
There's not actually much difference, because in Zimbabwe I did degree in purchasing logistics, and when I moved here, because I couldn't join in into the industry, and I started health and social care, and so now I'm studying. Going for year 2 social work BA.
You're studying that now?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. Do you go back to Zimbabwe very often?
Not very often. It's very expensive too. Because when you're going, you have to think of the air ticket. The cheapest which you can get will be around £700-800 and return. And when you are there, you need enough money to keep you going, because I've been here for a while, so I don't have my my roots, even though my brothers and my brother and my sister are there, but you cannot just go. They are also retired, so you cannot just go and be dependent on people who are retired.
No, of course.
Yeah.
So you've got siblings over there as well?
Yeah, I've got my brother and my sister.
Okay.
Yeah, but their families are all over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they never want to come to the UK themselves?
Oh, they used to visit once in a while,
Just as a holiday?
just as a short break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you go back there for a little break as well?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything in the UK that you don't like, that you feel that maybe is against you?
It's of recent, the rise in racial issues.
Racism.
Yeah, which is very frightening, because it brings instability, and it disturbs the progress and the unity which was there before. Because, like, I was staying in London, there's more interracial relations than here.
Here being Warsaw?
Yes, being West Midlands.
West Midlands in general?
In general, yeah.
You think it's a little bit more racist here than down south in London?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Have you had racism directed straight at yourself?
Yeah, I had it twice at work, and I had to leave the work. Yeah, because I was working in what you call a rehab, where they were all of a white background and Asian background, and I was the only black person there.
Okay.
So it was too heavy to keep on going, because I had to say I'm resigning, to give a resignation, because for my sanity and mental health.
Do you feel like the racism can affect your mental health more than anything?
Yeah, it can affect your mental health more than anything, especially like now I'm studying social work, and these are some of the issues when you are working with the clients or service users, which you encounter even like when you are in a class, which people can even encounter if it's not well taken into account, because with some maybe it's a natural thing for them, they don't realize to say I'm being racial biased.
You think it comes natural to some people?
To some people, yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
How do you think us in the UK could go about stamping out racism?
um that is a very difficult question. Like, given for example in Zimbabwe, we are mostly Christian dominant, and we don't have or religious clashes, even though we have got a certain group of Muslims and a certain group of people who do African culture.
More indigenous.
Yes, more indigenous. There are no clashes because people are just, it's through respect. If you can only respect each other and know boundaries and when to put boundary, and feel it that what I'm doing is not right, I don't want it to be done to me, you will be fine. I think everything will be fine. But people will do it deliberately.
So
Like you can,
don't do to others as you wouldn't want to be
yes,
done to
yeah.
yourself.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Because if you don't make it funny of it, because like you see, when you're, let's say we are going in your, when you are in Birmingham town, you see people doing things for funny, for the just for the fun of it, to make a fun of someone, or someone with a disability, to make a fun with that person, which is which
Not very nice.
which is not very nice, of which we are talking about equality. So we are theoretically talking and passing it and putting it in the white paper, but practically the background is just shaky.
Do you think that's come from the younger generation or more of an older generation in the UK, the racism?
I don't think the older, like you see here, when I'm where I'm staying, when I started staying here, I'm the only young person. All of them, they are over 70, 80s. I don't feel it. We just integrate very well and respect each other, and they can even come into my house. Like you see, my neighbor there, they just come and mow my garden, or someone can just say, I'm putting out the beans for you.
So the neighbours are quite friendly
Yes,
in this
yeah,
area.
yeah,
Oh, that's good though.
yeah,
You don't suffer much racism within your street, let's say.
yeah, no,
No, that's
yeah.
good. That's good. Um, where do you prefer to be? Zimbabwe or England?
Uh, End of them, I think. Maybe if I can take half of my side to England, one of my side to
That would be nice.
yeah.
So, if you could go back in time and
Yeah.
tell a younger you something that you've learned throughout your life, what would you say?
Uh, I'll say respect yourself and accommodate change. Like, as you see, I'm now disabled. I wasn't disabled. I got um, significant life changing in my early 30s, around 31.
What happened?
I had a head-on traffic accident. Yeah, so
How did that affect you?
it affected me, my spinal cord. I had a spinal cord injury. Yeah, so it makes my legs were paralyzed, and but I thank God I'm mobile. I do things according to my pace.
How old was you when that happened?
30.
30.
Yeah.
And has that's really significantly affected your life after?
Um, I thank God because He gave me another life lease. I take it positively, even though I've lost a lot of things. Like as I say, I was a group buyer for all Southern Africa, in charge of all depots, factories, and everything. And
So the accident happened in Zimbabwe.
yeah,
Okay, didn't happen here.
no.
Okay,
Mm.
but do you think if you didn't have that accident, you would have not come to England?
No, I was already, my things already processed, and I've already had a place to, or to someone to come here, because my, what happened is when I was young, in my, when I went to uni, my director's daughter was also at the uni. So we became friends and we were living in the same area. So we became very close. And when she was moving to America, she moved to America, and my director was always saying, she was always saying, "Oh, you see, your friend is living," and we're just like very close sisters. So I just say, "Okay, let
So that
me
gave
go."
you the confidence.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
It's good for us to have those people in our lives.
yeah, yes, yeah. They will inspire you to take challenges, and to see life positively in whatever you are doing, because like the clock doesn't stop because you have had a challenge. It will still be ticking 24 hours round, 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 round.
We just have to move on.
So you just have to push it up.
So you mentioned God. Are you religious
Yeah,
yourself?
yes,
So
yeah.
Christian.
Hmm.
Do you think there's enough religion in the UK society?
Yes, there is a lot of religious dynamics which are quite very diverse.
Diverse.
Yeah.
Do you think we need those religious beliefs within our cultures?
Oh, it's that is an individuality thing, because when you are talking on psychology, it's the mind, body, and soul. So individuals, we are all different.
We are.
Yeah.
We are. How has religion helped you through your life?
Yeah, it helps me to keep my sanity, to understand what is good and bad for me and for others, and it helps me to like in times of so much stress, because there are certain things, like since I'm disabled, there are certain things when you ask it to say, why has this happened? Why has this not happened? Or how can this? But if you take it religiously, you just know that in every time, in everything, there's a time for everything. Even if I've not had an accident, you can see here people being scammed 10,000 of pounds, millions, 87,000. So anything can happen to anyone. It just, you know, the grace of God for you to be where you are.
Do you believe that the grace of God has helped you?
Yeah.
In what type of way would you promote God? What would you say to people about religion if they're not religious?
Oh, I would urge them to review their life, revisit their life, and see what is good for them. It's not necessarily become a Christian or take my religion. We don't need to force someone to take your religion.
No, of course not.
Yes, yeah, just to revisit your life and understand, have a deeper understanding. Do not take it for to say a hearsay that I have taken it. And if you say what is mobilizing terrorism is people are taking it on a hearsay. And if you ask those people, do you really? Because I worked with those people with drug addicts and in London and part of here, I worked with young people who are youth justice, who are ex-offending. And if you ask them to say, why did you go into this? They say, oh, because my friend, not because of them selves,
following people.
just a following or just to be accepted or to be part of a pact.
Do you think they're doing that just for acceptance?
Just for mostly it's just for acceptance, because like I see the issues on girls who are taken to for by the terrorists. They're just taken for acceptance, and they're there when they come, and you see when they're testifying what they've been going through there. It's not if they were taken into their own conscience, they wouldn't have crossed the boundaries and live a nice place of this or the comfort of their parents' home.
Do you think that may be a lack of parental guidance in these people?
Parents can do much, you can do much, but you know, the especially reflecting on the youth justice, the outside world there is ready for them.
So you think no matter what happens at home, as soon as they get outside,
Yeah, the outside world
they'll do whatever they want to do?
it's hard for it's how they can lure them in so many things.
But do you think if they had a stronger figure at home, they wouldn't need to find acceptance through other people? Or do you think they'll fall for it
Like
either way?
I can say on myself, like when I become disabled, because I my parents, especially my mom, died when I was 14, but I was able to.
Was that hard on you?
Yeah, it was hard. I had times when my other fellow girls would be, young girls would be asking me to go out or would be asking me to do boyfriends at a young age, or say, look, because when my mom died, my father had a stroke because they're very close. So he left work. So financially, we become so much in need of nearly everything. But maybe I was born different. I didn't look at those things which attract people to say. I was just contented with what I was having, the little as much as it was, as long as I was able to go to school. And my motivation was that in school I was always excelling. So I didn't want to trade my excelling with something that would take me off the hook. So it kept me focused. And even when I came here, being disabled, and here when you do not have your papers, it will be difficult. If you see mostly, especially people from Africa or other Asian ladies, when they come here, they start in drugs, becoming single parent. And the purpose for being a single parent is to have accommodation or to have a financial thing. And as a result, they will lose their focus, because once you have gone into that, and if you have a child without a paper, at times you see most of the children now, there's a lot of DNA issues. The children whom someone is they are married with, they find out no, he's not the dad. And what is that going to do to the child? It's just damaging someone. So you just have to think on your own preferences and your own choices, because you either choose to, because if you have got a strong resilience, you choose to stand.
Did you think resilience is what's got
Yeah,
you through?
yeah, you need to build a barrier, a thick wall from to the outside world. Yes, be part of the world, but build know what is going to come straight into you. Because like I see myself, I distract myself. I've got my projects that I do. Sewing. I never learned to do sewing because I was in a group A school when I was young. But when I was waiting for my papers and processing and working part time, I raised money to buy my machine. I learned my YouTube sewing. You can see on those mats, red mats there, and that small plate.
You've made these?
Yes, yeah, and that small thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we take some photos of these to show
yeah.
on the video as well?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and you can see at times when I'm so much stressed, I just take my brush and do live art.
You do paintings as well?
Yeah.
Do you feel that art or expression
yes,
in a
yeah.
creative manner helps?
When you're doing that, you'll be talking to yourself. Like in that, I was picturing that was in London. There was always a bird that would come behind my garden, and it would take some leaves or pick some worms, and will take them to the nest. So if you just have to be more.
And you forever got him in your memory now.
Yes, yeah. So
beautiful.
So you have to, and you see my plants like that one. I bought it when it was just like this, and now you just have to keep on nurturing and talking to it. Yeah.
What's the name of this plant?
Oh, I forgot it, but it's one of the climbers, nice climbers.
Very nice.
Yeah. So coming to your question, so it's only individuality, choices. Know your choices, know your rights, know what you want, know who you are. Because most people, like you see, these young people whom I'm talking with, or myself, if I didn't know who I am, I would have lost it. Because there are so many pressures that you face.
Through life in general.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of young people are getting led astray too easily?
Yeah, because they don't know, we don't know who we are, actually.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a very good point.
Mm.
If you could say anything to the youth of today, what would you say?
To listen to their inner self. Talk to your inner self.
Guide yourself.
Talk to your inner self and know where to find your answers, because every moment you can see on TikTok, Facebook, a lot of sites, people are getting certain wild insights, and because life is too challenging, they always want to try to balance out or to get something easily. Plus, like you see at the moment, after finishing HND level 5, I engaged to do social work, even though with my age and everything, because that is my focus. So people to keep on being focused on long term, not on instant. Say, yes, I want to get this instantly. And if they will see you like driving or getting a good car or coming here and see you are feeling comfortable. They think all these things they just click, 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 click. But it's not a click, click thing.
Do you
You have
think that social
sacrifice.
media? Do you
Yeah.
think social media's got a play in people wanting things right now?
Yeah, it has increased it, but this was already always there. People wanted easy stuff, but now they want it more. They think, oh, because like if you go on your phone, you see people say, just you click, click, you get, by playing this game, you get £80.
And they don't want to go to work for it or earn it in any other way. They think they can get it really quick.
Yeah, so why do you want to work when you can get it quick?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So, what piece of advice that you've received through your life would you pass on to anybody else?
Piece of advice that I would think to, like what I always, like when I'm working with the youth or with the drug addicts, is to understand themselves, to make informed choices. Like if you're making a choice, seek for a second opinion, validate the advice that you are getting, where you are getting it from, because where you get the advice matters, where you get support matters. Mostly, plus it's a what you call cyclical. It's a trend. Like when the mother or the parents are from a broken family, they never learned parenting, and they just have a child. They're just passing it over. That child will never learn. Like here, yes, it's good to go with your child to the pub. The pubs here are different, like from pubs from in the city, which are really wild pubs, or pubs in London, which are really wild pubs. So if you are going to be taking your child to such a pub, your child will see you freaking with another man or freaking with another woman. What is that going to tell to the child? And when you come home, you say, "Don't do this."
But they watch you do it as a parent as well. Do you
Yeah.
have children yourself?
No.
No. Is that something that you plan to not have children, or is it just happened that way?
In my life, I never wanted to have a child without a partner, because it's a huge responsibility. And growing up in a family where my parents, my mom and dad, were serious, deep missionaries, it molded my life here. And like as I say, seeing most of my youth, girls and boys, having children at an early age, of which some of them we even ended up, passing on to say, here is my piece of rug or something that I no longer want. It's
It's not something that you want to
yeah.
pass around.
Or
No.
to say, let's say I held a child here, I'll say, okay, because I'm going to be given benefits, I'm going to claim child credit tax, I'm going to do this. You want to earn the credit to say, yes, I've brought my child, and this is to my own way.
Do you think there's a lot of parents that are in the system and they're having kids because of money?
Yes, yeah, quite
Yeah.
a lot.
That's no way to have children, really.
Yes, yeah.
It's unfortunate for the children.
Yeah, because like when I started moving here, there were a lot of children who were always smashing things by the shops there, and I would call the police. And after continual, it wasn't all it was always happening when I got there. And I noticed that they put it on to say we have now installed the CCTVs, and if you go around now that place, there are a lot of CCTVs around, and you don't see, and the place seems to be being watched. You don't see all those children who be running around throwing bottles and doing a lot of stuff.
The CCTVs helped.
Yeah, they know that you are being watched now.
Yeah.
They're being recorded. Even during the day, during the night, they're being recorded.
Do you think that could be a parental issue as well?
Yeah, if you, like as I say, the parents can do. The parents came from all the same environment, and the parents will also be. Remember, they are still very young parents, 16, 17, 18, 20. You are a parent. You also need that. You are still needing. You know, you are still that. Your mind is still growing. Also, you are still wild in your mind, and your parent. Will you stop your child from while as you're also searching to please yourself?
I think it's a tough situation, isn't it? Kids in general, having kids, looking after kids.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation
Mm-hmm.
for any adult of any age.
Yeah.
You know.
And the other thing here is the adoption. It is very painful. Like where I was working, like recently in Coventry at girls and a teenage place. They come 16, 14 pregnant.
No life, is it?
Yeah, and to some of them, they really want to keep the child, but the system will say you are still a child, you cannot keep the child. You are not, yes, you won't be very fit because from the look of it, they still want to go and play. And if you are looking after the mother and baby at that age, they are not into the baby. You have to do everything for the baby for them. And if the child is now going to be released for them to go with the child, what is going to be for the child? It's painful. So they end up being adopted or taken away from them.
And do you think that affects the young mother as well?
Yeah, it says.
Also, not having a child.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
How do you think we could alter this in our society?
Have more teachings from an early age, even though people are from a broken family. Take them, like you see, like in Japan or China, they take them from an early age. Teach them from an early age. Grab them from an early age. I think that can make a turnaround than to
More
leave
wisdom.
than to leave them and try to catch them when they're already taken by the world.
It's a scary place out there.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you regret in your life?
Only thing that I can regret is my mom and dad, they wanted me to be a nurse, and and my brother and uncle wanted me to be an accountant because I was good in all those subjects. But I wanted to do something that I wanted just for my um, to explore other fields, and I went into purchasing and logistics management, of which there are some good and bads in that because it was too diverse, and I was still very young. It was very wild because at times I wouldn't understand. Yes, I was good with my work, but when you are taken to go and meet very older people when you are young, advise them, talk to them, that reception that they will give you, and you're trying to convince to them to say, yes, I know this is my stuff. And the field was very much uh, broad because I had to go travel to South Africa, Namibia, Angola, Botswana, Zambia, Mozambique, all around. And I was at the point of, because we had a Bain group here in England. So I was at the age of now going about to come to have some schooling here abroad, which was a good advantage. But it's only when you are very young to listen to your parents. Maybe I'll still have been an accountant here at home,
So
or
you wish you'd have done accounting instead, or
nursing.
nursing, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
We can't turn back the time though.
Yeah, but I still tracked back because when I got into health and social care, every time when it's so much like fitting in for me. I don't struggle with it. Even in my first year, I got all my passes with over 60% assignments. So I don't, even when I go to placements, I don't struggle with the way people will be like, let's do this. They'll ask you to say, have you already done social work? Or say, no, I'm just starting to learn it. So it's
Has it been difficult over the years learning all of these things, or have you found it's come as ease?
no, it's not difficult for me because with my HND, I came with a merit, and the ND, I did a distinction. So, and when my HND, most of my subjects are distinctions and merits with only 3 passes. So I don't struggle academically.
You've done really well.
Yeah, academically, I don't struggle so much. Even when I was starting the university, they asked me to write maths and English O level, and I scored 69% in maths. So
Better than me.
I might struggle with other things. Even my assignments, they query them to say, do you use AI or someone writes for you? But it's just natural.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the camera, to the public?
I would like to say to the public to say, keep on learning, keep on exploring. There's so much to life. You enjoy it when you get the grasp, the grassroots. When you grab it, you enjoy it. You enjoy it, and learn to have the actually harvest the fruits of your labor to get something, not to get an instant stuff. And if you've got something, nurture it. You can see, like in my place, yes, I've got difficulties with everything, but they're always trying to nurture them to keep everything in a reasonable way than letting it to say, oh, I'm disabled, oh, I'm in pain. Oh, I've taken my medication. It's not yet kicking in. Even though I take my medication, I still take my medication, drive to uni, stay in a class, or when I'm at work, stay in a whole 8-hour shift, and then I'll come back and always know there's some rest. Reward yourself.
Work hard and reward yourself. That's great. I want to thank you for your time. Also, thank you for allowing us into your home.
Oh, you're
It's a great
welcome.
gesture from yourself. Thank you. It's been beautiful to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Nice to meet you as well.